Another aspect of this training, we're going to cover self-improvement. And I know this can be a touchy situation, a touchy subject for different people because we all have different ideas about, self-improvement and who we are and where we want to be and personal development and things of that nature. So I'm not going to really push my personal um, beliefs on anyone, but I'm going to just definitely give you some ideas and some things to think about as it connects to your personal growth and in turn your company's growth. One thing that I've learned over the years of being an entrepreneur um, is that the more that I develop myself, the better my companies became. The better I was able to connect with uh, my caregivers, my clients, my leads. Everybody that I came in contact with, my network, my referral sources, the people that I'm coming in contact with to, do business with, to bring value to, and things of that nature. And I felt this I saw that if I continue to work on myself, I saw the growth and of my company. I saw the development of my company taking a new shape, taking a new life. Because when you're so deep into this business or any business, and you're the leader, you're the owner, you're the visionary. Your ideas are dictating the direction of the company. Who you are becomes tightly wound around what your company looks like. And I know it's kind of like a weird concept, but your company becomes an extension of who you are. So how you deal with integrity, how you budget, the type of discipline that you have, the type of habits and rituals that you do on a daily basis directly affects how your company functions on a daily basis. So just a few things that I'm going to kind of touch on here and there throughout this training is prayer, the importance of prayer for me, meditation, and fitness. That's how I start my day. Prayer, meditation, and fitness. Pray, meditate, and move. Very important for me to get the most out of my day. I don't worry about the big yearly goals when it comes to personal development and self-improvement. I focus on the days. Self-improvement is a daily ritual, a daily challenge. Um, so prayer, meditation, and fitness is very important. Diet, lots and lots of water has always been important. Obviously eating better. When you become an entrepreneur, you forget to eat. Or when you become engaged, I keep saying entrepreneur, when you become engaged in a business like totally, and you're putting in like 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week on your company, you forget to eat. And then when you do get hungry, you're extremely hungry. And I found myself like not eating for like 10 hours and then just go to some restaurant and just gorge. You know what I mean? It's totally unhealthy, totally unbalanced. And I did it for years. And I'm still struggling with, having the proper diet and keeping up the proper fitness to, maintain those diets or the diets to maintain that fitness. So I think that's very important for you guys to think about. And again, I'm not going to be pushing my personal beliefs on anyone, but I'm definitely going to, throughout this training, talk about some of the things that help me in developing my company and in turn developing myself and vice versa. Um, High Performance Planner is a tool that we're going to be sending you guys. So if you haven't received the notification about your High Performance Planner, now that you're in the program, please comment below and we'll get you your High Performance Planner. It's a great daily planner on how to manage your days, your life, your weeks, your months, and to getting the most out of your day so you can be as productive as possible. Um, I totally recommend reading one book a week. That could be a lot for somebody, a lot for some people, but you'll be surprised how much extra time you have when you start looking at like how much time you're spending on Netflix, Facebook, or just social media in general, and travel like commutes, listening to the radio, news, stuff like that. You can replace that stuff with books. So once you break it down, most nonfiction books, business books, stuff like that, are under about 6-7 hours. So replace the stuff with, replace the noise with a audio book. Become a better entrepreneur. Become a better understanding of marketing. Learn sales, management. It's all these different books that we're going to be recommending throughout the training. We would highly suggest you start to change that pattern, or add books to your weekly diet. Network, friends, and relationship. This is very important in your personal development, because when you start a new thing, you need to be around people who are going to celebrate you, support you, or be alone until you can find those people. And then, if you don't have them in your direct network at this moment, reach out into the community. Use meetup.com to go to different business networking groups, business networking events. It doesn't have to be any specific business, but they got general entrepreneur meetups and stuff like that in your local city, I'm sure. If you're looking to, if you're serious about assisted living, I would start going to some of the real estate networking groups in your area, just to start networking in that market and meeting other investors and stuff like that, and share your strategies and potentially find partnerships. We'll discuss that later as well. But the people who you deal with, the people who you emotionally connected to, they really have a lot of influence on you. So if they're not the people that they're promoting your success, or you feel like it's going to be consistent in your growth, in your business, in your personal development, your personal improvement, you have to cut them off. You have to let them go. And it's very hard. It can be very, very hard. But you have to make a decision. Life is very short. And if you don't make these changes and start surrounding yourself with the right people, with the right habits, with the right things, they'll rob you of the visions that you think that you have. And you don't want to do that. You won't let no one hold you back, including yourself. So think about the friends and the relationships you have, even your significant others. Really start to take a deep look at these relationships and see if they're valuable and worthy of your time and energy and emotional connection, and are they in alignment with your goals and your future. So very important topic. Again, I don't want to put my personal beliefs on anyone, but something you definitely want to think about, and it'll kind of come out as I discuss some of these topics moving forward. So I'm just kind of giving you guys a heads up that it's not going to always just be numbers, business, marketing. There's also some self-improvement, higher level fulfillment, things like that I've experienced, so I'm going to share with you guys. Finally, environment, power of proximity. I put this in there because of my upbringing and some of the communities that I was, brought up in and had access to, or were limited to, I should say, weren't the greatest reflections of what what life had to really offer. So when I say power of proximity, put yourself in the environments that you want to be in. If you can't move to different communities, or you can't surround yourself with these nice state parks or city parks, and great libraries and just great museums and things like that, if you're not in a community that celebrates or has these particular landmarks or benefits, go to spend time in the communities that do. If you live in one part of town and it's not so hot, it's not so great, when you leave out, go to the other side of town. Spend time there. Instead of going to the library right there locally, go to the library over here. Instead of hanging out here, go hang out in these communities. And then you'll start to see that there's more to it. There's more to life. It's not always about poverty or, burnout buildings and, some of the depressing things that you do get on certain parts of town. And if you're currently in that situation, I just want you to, start to transition physically out of there, so you can start seeing some new things for yourself and start kind of building a bigger vision. One thing I used to do that got me in the neighborhood that I live in now is when I didn't live in this community, I was still in the area, but I wasn't in the better part of the community. So I would constantly drive this neighborhood. Like I would just drive it. If I just go drive it, look at the houses, envision myself. And I'm not into all the spookiness of The Secret and all that, but I knew that if I keep coming out here, I stay motivated, I stay excited, and then I eventually bought a house here. So it's no magic trick. It was just me positioning myself to think and figure out new ways to, get to a place where I wanted to be, opposed to stand, stagnant in a place where I didn't necessarily want to be, or raise my family and so forth. So that's the self-improvement that we're going to kind of be touching on. Some of the topics that we'll be kind of touching on throughout. Like I said, it's just going to be me, giving my 2 cents, and hopefully it helps you guys in the future to develop some things. And if you guys have any ideas or thoughts or comments, questions about any of these topics at any point, feel free to comment below, and let's start a dialogue. I'm just as excited about personal development and personal growth as I am about company development and company growth. So I'm looking forward to having this conversation with you guys, and also learning and growing as well, because nobody's ever, personal growth is never over. It's never complete. So looking forward to it, and looking forward to hear some of you guys' comments. Thanks.